So I got pregnant while I was already pregnant. Let's dive in. Those of you who know me, you know that I have a 6-month-old daughter and I am currently pregnant. As of today, April 3rd, I am 9 weeks pregnant. So let's explain my double pregnancy. I found out I was pregnant about 4.5 months postpartum. I scheduled a doctor's appointment for 8 weeks, which was last Thursday, as of right now. And I went in and found out a surprise. I first went in for my exam. The doctor, asked me how I'm feeling since I am just, 5 months postpartum at this point. I'm explaining that I honestly am kind of worried because I'm having no symptoms at all. Granted, I had a really easy pregnancy with my daughter. This time, I would expect to feel something. I did feel, tender breast, a little bit of nausea with my daughter. And so far with this pregnancy, I've literally had nothing other than exhaustion, but I also have a, 6-month-old daughter. Anyway, she proceeds to tell me that every pregnancy can be different and there's nothing to worry about right now, but let's go take an ultrasound. We go in for the ultrasound. I'm, anxious, but right away we see the baby. We see a little flickering heart. It's normal, what I knew because I've been pregnant before, what looks to be normal an 8-week baby. Granted, I'm not trained to see anything, but everything looks normal from my end. The tech quickly zooms up on the baby and she, says, oh, the baby has a heartbeat of 158, looking good, blah, blah, blah. So I'm recording and I stop recording because I'm like, okay, everything's cool. We're good. The tech then says, I'm gonna look at something over here real quick. And she goes a little bit above the baby and sees this tiny little black area with a tiny little baby inside. And she points it out. Naturally, my husband and I are just in pure shock. The tech just pointed out a second baby and we're still trying to process all of this because one's clearly larger than the other one. When I tell you the size difference, like on the screen, it went from this to this. Very big, kind of concerning, but again, we don't know what's happening. Even the tech is like, I need to take some pictures and ask the doctor because this is weird. So she zooms up on the little baby and it's measuring to be about 6 weeks and there is a heartbeat and it's a heartbeat of around 90, which is consistent with a 6-week-old baby. She then has me get dressed and then go wait in a separate room for the doctor. While we were in the second room, the doctor walks by with the tech to the ultrasound room and goes, 2 weeks apart, that's impossible. After the doctor went into the ultrasound room, she comes to our room and says, I want to see it for myself. I need you to go take another ultrasound. Immediately, the ultrasound starts and she immediately goes, oh, I see it. She then has me get dressed again and go back to the other room again. We waited probably 15 minutes, which felt like an eternity at this point. My husband and I clearly can see a size difference. The doctor had walked by and said 2 weeks apart, that's impossible. We're just confused. We don't know what's going on. We just know that there's 2 babies and 2 heartbeats. The doctor eventually comes in the room and she explains that from what she can tell, I'm having a superfetation pregnancy. That is where you get pregnant after already being pregnant. So I am currently 8 weeks pregnant and 6 weeks pregnant. I'm still processing. She then explains that she has never in her career seen this in person. She's only ever read about this happening. I am the first one in the flesh for her to experience this. She's never seen a superfetation pregnancy. And if you look up superfetation pregnancies, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it shows to be about 10 cases ever recorded. I'm sure more has happened, but 10 have only been, I guess, documented. I'm still in the early stages. I go back to the doctor in a week to see if the little one's grown at all. We're both still in shock. This is pre-recorded, so by the time you see this video, I probably have already announced that I'm pregnant. But yeah, I am pregnant with 2 pregnancies and they're technically not twins. Here is an example. You can see that the split screen, one is much larger than the other baby. So I don't even know how she saw that little baby. because that's zoomed up. So, yep, there are the babies. She calls them twin A and twin B. They're technically not twins, but I have two babies, each measuring different sizes.